Good morning, and let me say something that may surprise you. Most people think aging begins with a frightening medical diagnosis. They imagine a doctor saying a word they never wanted. They imagine a scan revealing something serious and life-changing. They imagine another medication being added to the daily routine. And yes, those moments can matter deeply for anyone. It begins in a chair at the kitchen table. It begins at the bottom of a familiar staircase. But serious aging often begins long before the hospital visit. It begins quietly, inside movements people once did automatically. It begins when groceries suddenly feel heavier than expected. It begins when turning your head makes walking feel uncertain. For one frightening second, your body feels less obedient. Because these moments are small, most people ignore them. They say they are simply getting older and slower. They say they will just be more careful now. First, they stop using stairs unless absolutely necessary. Then, they stop carrying bags from the car alone. They say they no longer need to do certain things. Without realizing it, their world begins getting smaller. Then, they stop walking on uneven ground outside. Then, they avoid places that require physical confidence. Decline does not always arrive like a sudden crisis. Sometimes, decline arrives through quiet negotiations with fear. But here is the good news about your body. Your body is not finished adapting because you are older. Even at 75, 80, or 90, adaptation remains possible. The aging body needs more patience, consistency, and respect, but it can still respond when treated intelligently. Strength can improve when the body receives clear signals. Balance can improve when practiced safely and consistently. Confidence can return when fear is challenged gently. Independence can often be protected longer than expected. The important question is simple, but deeply revealing. Can your body still support your independent daily life? Can it still perform the movements that protect freedom? Before we begin, I need to say something important. Please do not attempt anything that feels unsafe today. If you feel dizzy, stop immediately and get support. If you have chest pain, do not continue testing. If you recently fell, speak with your clinician first. If severe joint pain appears, avoid forcing the movement. If balance feels unstable, ask someone to stay nearby. Use a sturdy chair that will not slide backward. Use a counter, railing, or stable table when needed. There is no prize for doing anything dangerously. This is not about pride, ego, or performance. The goal is awareness, not proving toughness to anyone. Stay with me until number one at the end. The final test is not about legs or arms. It is not about lungs, stairs, or posture either. It is about the hidden factor behind independence. This factor decides whether someone keeps moving forward. It also decides whether life slowly closes around them. Before we dive in, comment your age below. Are you 69, 74, 81, or 88 today? Tell me honestly how your strength feels right now. Do you feel stronger than you did 5 years ago? Do you feel weaker than you did 5 years ago? Or do you feel almost the same as before? I read these comments because this community matters deeply. This community is not made of charts and statistics. It is made of real people with real fears. It is made of bodies, stories, victories, and setbacks. Now let us count down from number 6. Number 6. Can you stand up from a chair easily? Think about how often you stand from chairs daily. You stand from the kitchen table after breakfast. You stand from the couch after watching television. You stand from the toilet in the bathroom. You stand from the car after arriving somewhere. You stand from waiting rooms, restaurants, and family gatherings. This movement is so ordinary that people ignore it. They ignore it until it suddenly becomes difficult. After 75, standing from a chair reveals several things. It reveals lower body strength, balance, coordination, and confidence. Your ankles must stabilize your body during the movement. Your knees must extend and support rising body weight. Your hips must drive upward with controlled force. Your core must organize your trunk and posture. Your brain must coordinate everything in seconds. That is not a small thing at all. That is a physical symphony happening inside your body. When this ability fades, the changes are subtle. First, you push with one hand for assistance. Then, you begin pushing with both hands every time. Then, you rock forward before your body rises. Then, you choose only firm chairs that feel safer. Then, you avoid soft couches and low seats. Eventually, restaurants and public places start feeling stressful. You wonder whether the seating will embarrass you. The test itself is very simple and safe. Sit in a sturdy chair with feet flat. Keep your feet under your knees if possible. If safe, cross your arms over your chest. Stand one time without using your hands. Then sit down slowly with control and awareness. Do not collapse backward into the chair behind you. Control the descent as carefully as the rise. If you need your hands, please use them. If you need the counter, hold it firmly. The result is not a judgment on you. The result is simply information from your body. Notice not only whether you can stand successfully, notice exactly how the movement feels while happening. Do you feel powerful as you rise upward? Do you feel shaky before reaching full standing? Do you hold your breath during the effort? Do your knees cave inward without your permission? Do you drop down because sitting feels harder? These small details tell an important physical story. They reveal where your body is asking for attention. I once worked with Elaine, who was 82. Elaine told me she did not have strength problems. She said she walked around the house all day. But walking around the house had hidden her weakness. When I asked her to stand without hands, she paused. Then she laughed nervously and looked at the chair. She said she did not do it that way anymore. That sentence told me almost everything I needed. Elaine had not lost all of her strength. She had lost the habit of asking for it. Her legs were no longer receiving a clear message. So we started with 3 chair stands after breakfast. Then we added 3 more after dinner each evening. At first, she used both hands for support. Then she used one hand and moved carefully. Then she touched the chair lightly with fingertips. Eventually, she stood up without any hand support. 12 weeks later, she shared a proud story. She attended her granddaughter's school concert one evening. She stood from a low chair without anyone helping. That small moment gave her enormous emotional confidence. The practical prescription is simple but very powerful. Practice this movement daily, safely, and with patience. Begin with a chair that cannot slide backward. Place it against a wall if that helps. Keep your feet planted firmly beneath your knees. Lean forward slightly from your hips, not spine. Press the floor away as you stand upward. At the top, pause and stand fully calm. Then sit down slowly, smoothly, and with control. Teach your muscles to protect you both ways. The synergy tip here is very important. Pair chair stands with a protein-rich meal afterward. After 75, muscles need signals and building material. The movement gives your body the needed signal. Protein gives your body the material for rebuilding. One says, we still need these muscles. The other gives the body something useful for repair. Number 5, can you carry something useful with posture? This is one of the most underrated strength tests. I am not talking about impressive gym strength. I am not talking about lifting heavy barbells. I am talking about practical strength for daily life. Can you carry groceries from car to kitchen? Can you carry laundry without upsetting your back? Can you carry a small suitcase with control? Can you carry a watering can across the garden? Can you move everyday objects without fear taking over? Carrying matters because independence is filled with carrying. We carry meals, mail, medicine, laundry, and small packages. We carry gifts, trash bags, water, and household items. When carrying disappears, someone else starts doing your living. That may feel convenient at the beginning, but over time, your body receives the wrong message, or it hears that strength is no longer required. Grip strength matters more than many people realize. Your hands are not separate from your whole body. A confident grip reflects an entire physical chain. It involves forearms, shoulders, trunk, hips, and posture. It also involves nervous system engagement and attention. When grip weakens dramatically, daily life becomes frustrating. Jars become difficult, doors become annoying, bags become intimidating. The safe carrying test is very simple. Choose something light enough for full control. Choose something heavy enough to feel like real carrying. It might be a bag with several cans. It might be a half-filled laundry basket. It might be a light dumbbell you already own. Stand tall, relax your shoulders, and look forward. Walk 10 to 20 careful steps if safe. Then set the object down slowly and deliberately. Ask yourself what happened during that short carry. Did you lean strongly toward one side? Did you shuffle your feet while walking forward? Did your shoulders creep upward towards your ears? Did you hold your breath during the carry? Did the object control you, or did you control it? A patient named Martin was 79 years old. His son noticed Martin stopped bringing groceries inside. Martin could still lift light things when necessary, but he had begun believing carrying was unsafe. His world was becoming lighter in the wrong way. The distance was short, and the posture mattered. He rested between attempts and never rushed the process. Then the weight became slightly more challenging over time. Then the distance became a little longer and steadier. Nothing about the plan was heroic or dangerous. It was just consistent, safe, and very intentional. 4 months later, Martin told me something meaningful. He said he did not carry everything anymore, but he carried something useful every single day. That is exactly the point of this test. The prescription is to carry safely several times weekly. Carry a safe object for a short distance. Carry 2 lighter objects, one in each hand. If arthritis or spine issues exist, seek professional guidance. Ask what carrying version is safest for you. The synergy tip is simple but often overlooked. Pair carrying with walking, but do not rush. Slow carrying is more useful than careless carrying. Controlled walking teaches your brain to organize posture. It also teaches balance, grip, and coordination together. That is not just ordinary physical exercise. That is nervous system training for daily independence. Number 4, can you balance without full body panic? Before I continue, please subscribe if this helps you. If you know someone afraid of falling, share this. Older adults deserve practical guidance, not vague warnings. They deserve respectful information about strength, safety, and independence. Now let us talk about balance more honestly. Balance is misunderstood by many people after 75. Most people think balance is something fixed permanently. They believe you either have it or you do not. That is not true for most aging adults. Balance is a skill your body can practice. It is a conversation between several body systems. Your feet talk to the ground beneath you. Your ankles make small corrections every single second. Your hips help organize your center of gravity. Your eyes tell the brain where you are. Your inner ear reports motion, position, and orientation. Your muscles and brain respond to all signals. Like any conversation, balance weakens when ignored. After 75, balance can decline for many reasons. Vision changes can make the world less steady. Inner ear changes can affect orientation and movement. Nerve sensation in the feet can become weaker. Medications can sometimes influence steadiness and reaction time. Muscle reaction time may slow down with age. But fear itself can also worsen balance deeply. When you fear falling, your body stiffens automatically. Your steps shorten and your head stops turning. Your arms stop swinging naturally beside your body. You become rigid, but rigidity is not stability. The safe balance test is simple and controlled. Stand near a counter or sturdy table. Place one or both hands on support if needed. Bring your feet close together and stand tall. Hold that position for 10 calm seconds. If that feels easy and safe, progress slightly. Place one foot slightly in front of the other. Imagine standing on a narrow but stable path. If safe, shift more weight into one foot. Keep your fingertips near support during the entire attempt. Do your feet actually feel the floor? Do your ankles make small correcting movements? Do your hips adjust without your body panicking? Does your breathing stay calm and steady? Or does everything tighten and the moment balance is challenged? I remember Patricia, who was 84 years old. She had not fallen, but she stopped trusting herself. She said she walked like the floor might betray her. Her problem was partly physical and partly emotional. Her nervous system treated ordinary movement like a threat. We did not begin with complicated balance drills. We began with supported standing and slow breathing. 10 seconds of balance, then rest and reset. Then another 10 seconds with a calm breath. Eventually, we added gentle weight shifts near support. Then we added small head turns while holding. After several weeks, she said something unforgettable. She still moved carefully, but no longer felt hunted. Is a real and meaningful improvement. The practical prescription is very simple and safe. Practice supported balance for 1 or 2 minutes daily. Keep the challenge small enough to feel awake. Do not make it so scary that panic appears. Balance improves between boredom and fear, not beyond fear. Too easy, and the nervous system does not adapt. Too scary, and the body only learns fear. The synergy tip is to pair balance with foot awareness. Before beginning, press your toes gently into the floor. Then press your heels into the floor too. Then feel the inside and outside foot edges. Your feet are your first conversation with the ground. After 7 to 5, that conversation deserves your full attention. Number 3, can you climb stairs without bargaining with fear? Stairs are never just stairs after a certain age. They test strength, coordination, confidence, and cardiovascular capacity together. A single step asks your body to lift itself. That means lifting your body weight against gravity. Flat walking can hide weakness for a long time. Stairs often reveal weakness much more quickly and clearly. Some people should avoid stairs for medical reasons. Severe joint disease can make stairs unsafe. Dizziness can make stair practice unsafe without supervision. A high fall risk requires professional guidance first. Please do not force this movement if unsafe. But if stairs remain part of your life, pay attention. Especially notice whether you have quietly begun avoiding them. Avoidance can sometimes be wise in the short term. After injury, temporary avoidance can protect healing and safety. But long-term avoidance can shrink your movement map. It teaches your body that stairs are unavailable. Then your world becomes more complicated and limited. Homes with steps start feeling stressful and threatening. Friends' houses become harder to visit comfortably. Public buildings begin requiring more planning and anxiety. Travel becomes more complicated than it once was. Your world becomes flatter, smaller, and more controlled. The simple staircase uses only the bottom step. Use a railing and move slowly with awareness. Step onto the bottom stair with one slit. Bring the other slit up to meet it. Then step back down carefully with full control. Only do this if it truly feels safe. Notice what happens during that small attempt. Does one leg feel much weaker than the other? Do you pull yourself up mostly with the railing? Do you avoid looking ahead while stepping upward? Do you feel breathless after very few repetitions? Do your knees hurt during the movement? All of this information matters for your independence. I had a patient named Grace, age 80. She stopped visiting her sister because of 3 steps. Her sister had only 3 steps at the entrance, but those 3 steps became a wall. Grace told everyone she was simply very busy. In truth, she felt embarrassed by those stairs. We began with the bottom stair in her home. One hand stayed on the railing for support. She moved slowly, carefully, and without any rushing. At first, she did only 3 repetitions safely. Then she worked up to 5 controlled repetitions. Then she eventually practiced 8 repetitions with confidence. We also practiced stepping down with control and attention. Descending often frightens older adults more than climbing. 3 months later, Grace visited her sister again. When she told me about it, she cried. She was not crying about the stairs themselves. She cried because she recovered part of life. That is what these simple tests are really about. The practical prescription is straightforward but must be safe. If stairs are safe, practice the bottom step weekly. Several short sessions are better than one exhausting session. Do not rush, bounce, or pull aggressively upward. Place your whole foot on the step surface. Push through the leg and stand tall at top. Then step down slowly, carefully, and with control. If stairs are unsafe, use a modified version. A physical therapist can suggest low step-ups safely. They may also use supported marching or chair strengthening. The synergy tip is to pair steps with breathing. Many people hold their breath while climbing stairs. That creates tension and makes effort feel threatening. Exhale gently as you step up with control. Let breathing teach your body effort is not danger. Number 2, can you turn your head while walking? This is one test almost nobody discusses enough. Many falls do not happen during simple straight walking. They happen when real life interrupts your walking pattern. Someone calls your name from behind or beside you. A car passes while you are crossing somewhere. A dog pulls at a leash unexpectedly. You look down to judge a curb. You turn toward a shelf inside the grocery store. You step around a rug or a chair leg. You change direction while carrying a plate in the kitchen. Falls often happen when walking becomes multitasking. After 75, moving while multitasking can become harder. The brain must divide attention between several demands. It manages balance, vision, decision-making, and environmental awareness. If steadiness only exists in perfect conditions, life becomes risky. The real world is not perfectly still or predictable. That is why adaptability matters so much. The safe test should be done very carefully. Walk slowly down a hallway near possible support. You can also walk along a counter safely. Keep your steps comfortable, short, and controlled. Turn your head slightly to the right. Then bring your head forward again slowly. Turn your head slightly to the left. Do not continue if dizziness appears during testing. If you feel spinning or nausea, stop immediately. If lightheadedness appears, speak with a clinician soon. This test is not really about your neck. It is about coordination between many body systems. Can your eyes, inner ear, feet, and brain cooperate? Can your walking continue when your attention shifts slightly? Can your body adapt without panic or confusion? A man named Raymond was 86 years old. He told me grocery stores had become frightening. He could walk in his hallway without much trouble. But grocery aisles made him feel overwhelmed and unstable. Bright lights, passing people, shelves, and moving carts challenged him. His legs worked, but his nervous system struggled. We trained adaptability slowly and very deliberately. First, we practiced standing head turns near a counter. Then, walking with tiny head turns in a hallway. Then, walking while naming objects around the room. Then, he visited a small store at quiet hours. We were not simply training muscles in his legs. We were training his body to adapt again. 2 months later, Raymond described a major change. He still moved slowly, but fear no longer dominated. He did not feel attacked by the store anymore. That was a meaningful improvement in daily life. The practical prescription is gentle and carefully progressive. Practice controlled head turns in a safe environment. Begin while standing near a stable surface. If safe, progress to walking near support. Keep the head movement small and comfortable. Keep your breathing steady during the entire movement. The goal is not speed or athletic performance. The goal is adaptability, awareness, and safe confidence. The synergy tip is to pair this with scanning. Before crossing a room, pause and observe the path. Notice rugs, cords, pets, wet spots, or shoes. Notice uneven flooring, clutter, and anything that shifts. Good movers are not careless or reckless people. Good movers are aware, calm, and prepared. Awareness is not the same thing as fear. Awareness is respect for your body and environment. And now, number 1, the most important test. Can you still trust your body enough to use it? I told you this final test would surprise you. This one is not measured with a stopwatch. It is not measured by weights, stairs, or distance. It is measured by your relationship with movement. The greatest predictor of independence is not only ability, it is also what you ask yourself tomorrow. I have seen older adults with imperfect bodies improve. Some had arthritis, slow walking speed, and balance issues. Yet they improved because they stayed engaged with movement. I have also seen stronger people decline quickly. Their test results looked decent, but fear became dominant. Fear convinced them to stop participating in daily life. This is the hidden test beneath the others. When something becomes difficult, how do you respond? Do you adapt carefully and keep moving forward? Or do you remove that activity from life completely? When chairs feel hard, do you practice standing? Or do you only sit in higher chairs? When a bag feels heavy, do you carry less? Or do you stop carrying anything at all? When walking feels uncertain, do you choose safer routes? Or do you stop leaving home unless necessary? When one frightening moment happens, do you build a plan? Or do you let fear design your entire lifestyle? Please understand what I am saying very clearly. I am not telling you to ignore real danger. I am not telling you to pretend everything is fine. Wisdom matters, and medical guidance can be essential. Assistive devices can also be life-changing and protective. A chain, walker, railing, or therapy plan is not failure. Those things can help you keep living fully. The problem is not support, modification, or cautional. The problem is surrender disguised as permanent safety. There is a difference between support and giving up. There is a difference between caution and shrinking lives. There is a difference between tools and feral. I once worked with Harold, who is 83. He experienced a minor fall in his driveway.
Nothing was broken, and physically he recovered quickly. His body recovered in about 2 weeks. Emotionally, however, he did not recover at all. He stopped walking to the mailbox alone. Then he stopped attending his men's breakfast group. Then he stopped watering flowers outside the house. The ground outside began feeling too uneven and dangerous. Soon, he spent most days in one chair. By the time his daughter brought him in, fear dominated. The fall was no longer the main problem. Fear had convinced him that stillness meant safety. But stillness is not always true safety. Sometimes stillness becomes the beginning of weakness. We rebuilt Harold's confidence in small, safe layers. First, he practiced standing from a chair. Then, he practiced supported balance near a counter. Then, he walked inside with calm attention. Then, he walked to the front door. Then, he stood on the porch again. Then, he walked halfway to the mailbox with support. Eventually, he walked all the way there again. Then, he returned to watering his flowers outside. This process took months, not days or weeks. But one afternoon, Harold said something I never forgot. He said he still respected the ground deeply, but he no longer obeyed fear completely. That sentence is worth remembering for everyone aging. The practical prescription for this final test is personal. Write down one movement fear has taken from you, not something a doctor specifically told you to avoid. Something fear slowly talked you out of doing. Maybe it is walking outside in the neighborhood. Maybe it is climbing stairs at a relative's house. Maybe it is carrying groceries from the car. Maybe it is attending church without fearing the steps. Then ask one simple and powerful question. What is the smallest, safe version I can practice? Do not begin with the full movement immediately. Begin with the smallest, safe version possible. If you once walked around the block, start smaller. Walk to the driveway with support if needed. If you once gardened, begin with one plant. If scares scare you, begin with professional guidance. If carrying groceries feels intimidating, begin with one light bag. The body rebuilds trust through promises you can keep. Small promises matter when they are repeated safely. Safe repetition tells the nervous system life remains possible. The synergy tip is to pair movement with identity. Do not say you are old and trying not falling. Say you are a person training your balance. Do not say you cannot carry things anymore. Say you carry safe things so your body remembers. Do not say your life is shrinking daily. Say you are expanding it one careful step at a time. Language matters because the brain listens very closely. After 7th 5, your story can become a cage, but your story can also become a doorway. Now let us review all 6 body tests. Can you stand from a chair without making it difficult? Can you carry something useful while maintaining your posture? Can you balance near support without your body panicking? Can you climb stairs or step up without fear dominating? Can you turn your head while walking and stay organized? Most importantly, can you trust your body enough to use it? I want to close with something from the heart. Aging is not only what time takes away. And aging can also become what you choose to protect. You protect independence when standing from chairs with attention. You protect confidence when practicing balance near support. You protect strength when carrying safe objects with intention. You protect your world when movement remains part of life. You protect life when fear does not remove everything. If you are watching this at 76, keep going. If you are watching at 82, keep going. If you are watching at 89, keep going. Please do not tell yourself it is too late. Progress may be slower than when you were younger. Progress may require help, tools, and careful modification. Progress may require more patience than before. But slow progress is still real progress. Modified movement is still valuable and meaningful movement. Supported independence is still independence worth protecting. The goal is not becoming who you were at 40. The goal is remaining fully yourself in this season. A person rises from a chair and begins another moment of life. Someone walks into the kitchen and holds on to independence. Hands carry tea carefully, not as a task, but as a quiet act of dignity. Feet step onto the porch and reconnect with the world outside. A warm greeting to a neighbor becomes a sign of belonging. A visit to a grandchild turns movement into meaning. Watering a plant becomes a small promise to keep caring. Returning home safely becomes more than arrival. It becomes freedom. These are not merely physical movements. They are moments of life, independence, connection, and dignity. That is what all of this is really about. It is not really about tests or numbers. It is not really about exercise performance either. It is about life, freedom, dignity, and participation. I bring practical information about strength, memory, and confidence, and some research-informed ideas for protecting quality of life. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave your age in the comments below today. Tell me which of these tests feels strongest and you want to improve most. Is it standing from a chair with confidence? Is it carrying, balance, stairs, or head turning while walking? Or trusting your body again after fear? I will be reading every single response you share. This community is honest, thoughtful, brave, and deeply encouraging. It is that way entirely because of you. I will see you again in the next video. Take good care of yourself starting today. Your independence is worth protecting, practicing, and training for.